Hey, what's up, dudes? Just having me a little bath, relaxing for the Vape 5 tomorrow.
What's up? I was watching myself. I can't hear that video when I play that little that video I have. I can't hear it, so I have to like watch for a certain cue because I know what it says to know that it's over with. To keep like, forget it. I need a production assistant for God's sakes. What's happening? Welcome to your Vape 5. I am your host. I'm ready. I'm set. I'm ready. I'm your host. I am BlackCat. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have a fantastic show planned for you today. First off, at the end of the show, we're going to have a giveaway, the Adore ELiquid giveaway, which is two 60 mils of ELiquid from Adore ELiquid, plus a set of coils from DroptheShame, our featured builder this week, and a set of coils from yours truly, the greatest coil builder in the world, in the universe. So you're going to win two sets of coils if you stick around till the end. But to enter that, you had to... I'm muted. I'm not muted. Shut up. You got me! Did you wax your forehead? No, Vape. That is the light that I'm using. That is extremely bright. I can barely see 6 inches in front of my face, but... I can see the RDA, which is the most important thing that I'll be reviewing today. The other part, so go to Monday's episode and put a number in between 1 and 150 to enter today's Adore ELiquid giveaway. I got a review of a product today, and I'll be honest. It's something that I had never ever purchased a Mike Vapes product, and not for any other reason other than I just never did. And I always had them in my cart. Like I had the intake in my cart, I had the icon in my cart, I had the recurve in my cart, and I just never ended up buying them. And I never really bought a whole lot of vape stuff. I would always buy like, very specific things, and I just never got around to getting them. So when Mike put out the Rebirth, I heard a few reviews on it, and I watched Mike's presentation on it, and it really sparked my interest. And I heard a lot of people saying that this was the best RDA Mike has ever put out. And people saying that, I was like, wow, it must be really good, because I know that the recurve, everybody raved about the recurve. So if it's better than the recurve, then I have to get this RDA. I've been using it now for over a week, and pretty exclusively. That's about it. I've been using that, and I'm getting ready to review the Bunker RDA by Osmosis, and I was using that as well. But this really is the one that I've been using. It's amazing. It's amazing. It really is. And so today, I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag. You guys already know that I love it. If anybody who watches me, you know that I love this RDA. And I was really blown out of the water. And so I'm not going to let too much out of the bag, but I'm just going to kind of go through. I'm going to go through the RDA. I'll go through what's in the box, what you get. I'll give you the specs on the RDA. We'll bring it back up top when I'm done, and we'll talk about it. So here is the packaging that you receive when you purchase the Rebirth RDA by Hellvape and Mike Vapes. It's got the action figure type packaging there. The deck is out of it because I actually have that ready down for the down low, and I'll show you what's on the back of the box and everything when I get there. You can pick these up before I get started. You can pick these up at hitthatjuice.com for $29.99. They're on sale right now. So if you want to pick one up, which I'm going to suggest that you do, but listen to the presentation here, and then I guess you can make your own decision. Mike decided to call this the Rebirth RDA because apparently whenever you design something, I think that's with all creators of things. You always find things with it that you wish you would have done differently after it's already in production and after people are using it and enjoying it. And there were some things about apparently the iconic that Mike did not that Mike wanted to change. I'm not saying he didn't care for him, but he just wanted to change them. Things that he really wished he would have done differently. So he got the name Rebirth RDA from that he's going to, basically this is what the iconic, he wanted the iconic to be. So that is where he gathered the name Rebirth. All right. that's a little history on the RDA and where it came from. You guys all know Mike. Let's take it down to the table here. I'm going to show you the box, show you what's in the box. Then I'll show you the deck of the RDA, the outside of the RDA. I'm going to do put a build in it. I'm going to wick it. So we're going to be down for a little. We're going to be down on the table for a little bit. Then I'll bring it back up top and we'll talk about it a bit. So let's get this down here. All right. Get the macro camera. There we go. Let me focus that in. All right, guys. Here is the Rebirth RDA by Hellvape and Mike Vapes. Again, you have the action figure type packaging here, so you can see into the box and see your RDA and your deck. Side here says Rebirth RDA, gives you a picture of the deck, the airflow, and the Cobra style drip tip. On the back here is some really, really important information, and I think that you can tell Mike really pays a lot of attention to detail because there's a lot of information on the back here, stuff that, you know, a advanced or an experienced consumer would want to know about a rebuildable device. First off, it is a 24mm RDA. Let me grab my pointer stick here so I can kind of tap on it. It is a drop-in type post system. The posts are actually 9mm tall. They're really, really tall, and it kind of gives the presentation. It made me think of a house on stilts when I looked at it. Like, you know how you if you live near the beach where there's a large possible hurricanes and things like that, and they build your house up on stilts. That's what the two posts remind me of. But so they're actually 9mm. I'll show them to you when I show you the deck. The post holes are huge. They're 2.5mm by 3.5mm, which incorporates. You can put in giant builds in this RDA. It's only 2 posts, so you have to put both leads into each post, but they're big enough that you could fit in some really, really monstrous builds. It has 16 1.2mm honeycomb airflow. Honeycomb airflow is, honestly, I don't see why anybody would make an RDA and not use honeycomb airflow. It is the best for flavor. It's nothing touches it when it comes to flavor. And that is one of the main things about this RDA that is absolutely fantastic, is the flavor on this RDA. Really, really happy. When Mike first made the RDA, he had 2, almost like the Gollum style airflow with those 2 large holes on either side of the air intake. And he changed that. He said he was looking at the Bonza and he changed it over to the honeycomb airflow. And I think it makes all the difference in the world for the flavor on the RDA. The AFC does have a locking system. You can open and close it and restrict it down to your style of vape. Gold-plated squonk pin, 6mm deep juice well. One thing about this, there was a review put out by an extremely popular reviewer that mentioned that it leaks. I don't know how they got it to leak. I have not got it. It's not leaked on me at all. I've used it primarily as a squonking RDA, single coil, and it has not leaked on me at all. So I don't know how they got it to leak. Yeah, I don't. Maybe they put the coils too close to the airflow and the coils leaked the juice into the airflow, but I couldn't figure it out from building it correctly and wicking it correctly. I couldn't figure out how to get it to leak. One thing I don't like about it, it has flathead screws. I'm more of the hex, but that's really just personal preference. Flathead screws for the post there. 810 Cobra style drip tip is what it comes with. Also comes with an 810 frosted drip tip, and they give you a coily tool. It's a coily tool, and here's something that Mike, you can tell that he pays attention to detail. He actually gives you the millimeter that you want to cut your leads at in the coily tool. I think that's absolutely fantastic. So if you lose the coily tool that is provided in the packaging, you can just use another coily tool and cut it at 6.5mm. The contents: the Rebirth RDA, a spare 810 drip tip, stainless steel 510 adapter, which is a really, really nice touch, has a 510 adapter. Get your accessory bags, Rebirth sticker, coil cutting tool, and a user manual. Let's open it up and take a look inside the box. All right, there's your top cap of the Rebirth Rebirth RDA. The packaging for your extras come in this little box, which I think is a really, really nice touch. I get kind of particular about how all the extras come, and so that's one thing for me that I actually like, that they took the time to put these in a little box instead of just throwing them in there in those little plastic bags. All right, what's in the box? Let's pull this out. So here is your Allen key, a Whopper Junior hands, flathead screwdriver for your posts, and your coily tool that you will use to cut your leads. Also included in the box is your 510 drip tip that was aforementioned with the stainless steel 510 adapter, 2 extra post screws, a regular 510 pin, because I already have the squonk pin in it, some extra O-rings, and that Cobra style drip tip. I'm going to pull that out. I like the look of the Cobra style drip tip, but I liked the way the Frosted 810 vaped a little better. Reason being is the Cobra style drip tip here is just a straight drop drip tip. So there's no angling or anything to it, where I'll show you the cap here. The Frosted drip tip kind of comes in a little bit and gives you a little bit more restricted vape. With a single coil setup, you're gonna, for me, I wanted to use the more restrictive airflow. All right, here is the Rebirth top cap. Let's see if I can get you. There's the logo on there. It is a Phoenix Rising with the word Rebirth on it. This is all one piece. There's no, basically it's just one piece top cap. You can see it concaves inside there a little bit. Came really clean. I always wash all my RDAs before I use them, but it came extremely clean. No machine oil or anything on it at all. Drip tip, 810 drip tip. Frosted, nice little added touch. I really like that they're giving you extra drip tips and options with RDAs now. I think it's a really, really nice touch. Here is the honeycomb airflow, 16 1.2 millimeter holes there. The original setup I mentioned was opened, 2 opened holes. He then went with a honeycomb airflow, but it was much smaller. Then he decided to make some changes to the deck and to the entry of the airflow there, and he increased the number of holes that he put on there. And I really think the airflow is perfect. I commented on Mike's Facebook group. I said the airflow is silky. And I'll say this, the airflow on this RDA is as good as any RDA I've ever used. It is absolutely fantastic. All right, let's set that to the side over here. And let's take a look at the star of the show. Let's look at the deck. All right. There we go. Here you go. Here is the deck of the Rebirth RDA. So you have two posts here, negative and positive, obviously. Your posts are offset just slightly. Works really good for a coil. For example, if I grab a coil here, you know how coils are set to be offset just a bit. This works with that. So it's offset a bit, and the coils fit in there perfectly for single or dual coil. Your post holes here are 2.5 millimeters by 3.5. Again, you can fit pretty much any build in there you want to, even at a dual or triple coil. There's a video Mike put out with him putting triple coils in it. So you could put a triple coil in it if you wanted to be crazy and vape that, but and it will fit. One of the big things I like about it is you can pretty much accommodate any type of build in this, even with a dual. When I first saw it, I wasn't crazy with the deck. I didn't think the deck was all that impressive. It's not a presentation type deck. And what I mean by that, it isn't, you don't really, doesn't really allow you to present your coils like a lot of other, like a lot of builders RDAs do. But after using it and understanding why he did what he did, it is a performance deck. It really, really is. The performance of this RDA, the way that it's laid out, that's why he made it the way that he did, and it works perfectly. Your air intake here. So your air intake comes, it's a bottom style airflow coming up to the coils. And it actually closes up as it moves up towards the coils. So the bottom here is 33 millimeters across, the opening section here to the honeycomb airflow, and the top here is 27. So what happens with the airflow, or what I feel like happens, is you get this like centrifugal airflow coming in from all those little open holes. So it mixes around and then it focuses in as it comes in with the airflow closing in onto the coils. So it really creates this like direct swirling type airflow directly onto your coils. Another thing to mention about the deck that I really, really like, and I'll see if I can pinpoint it. If you see there, look at the squonk pin kind of hiding back there behind the post. See how far up that is raised? Really helps with wicking tremendously. When you install coils on this, you're going to install them. They're going to be up around here, and I'll show you when I install it. But you're going to have to leave your cotton fairly long in order to get down into the juice well here. The juice well is 6 millimeters deep. When you put on the cap, the juice well really acts more like a 9 millimeter deep juice well because it blocks off these little sides here. So really you're going all the way up to here to where your juice well is, which is a really, really nice touch. As I mentioned before, there is airflow control. So here's your stopping point. If you look here on the deck, let me see if I can get that on there. No, not focusing great. But right here, there's a little catch, and that's for your airflow. So you can open and close it exactly how you want it, cut it down. I run it wide open. I find that by closing it, for me, muted the flavor. So I ran it wide open, and it is still a fairly, I wouldn't say it's a restricted lung hit. But with how smooth the airflow is, it makes it a very controlled direct lung hit, I guess would be the best way to put it. Let's see, gold-plated 510. I can show you the bottom here. There's not a whole lot on the bottom other than you have Mike's signature there, his logo, the Hellvape logo, and the name of the RDA. You also have your serial number. This one is BO4171, so there's a lot in production. There's the install of the squonk pin. One thing about this, when you take out the 510 pin, you can pull both of these posts out really, really easily. And I wondered when I was using this, I wondered, or wicking it originally and putting in the squonk pin, I wonder if he's thinking about selling different style posts for it. That was one of my questions, because basically you take that pin out and the posts just come right out with it. So I was wondering, you know, maybe he's thinking about doing a different deck style for this, because you have such an open area there. You could put a lot of different style posts in there. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to use all the tools in the packaging here, and we're going to install a coil. I'll heat it up, wick it up, and then we'll bring it back up top and we'll talk about it. So let me get out my mini screwdriver and my coily tool. All right, I'm gonna bring this up just a little bit so I can have a little bit of room to work. Wish I had some music I could play. I probably do, actually. All right, put this in the coily tool. Get my cutters. And if you've never used one of these, it's really, really simple. You just put it in here, and then you just cut the bottom of it off, just like that. Watch your eyes. And it will cut it to the perfect length of the RDA. Now, one great thing about this, everybody, you can kind of eyeball. I mean, it's not like it's rocket science to be able to figure out where you want to place this coil. But the great thing about it is that the creator of the RDA, the person who knows the RDA better than anyone, basically tells you exactly how high you should put your coil. And I think that's a really, really nice touch. So let's go here. The one thing about it that is interesting, and again, with how big the deck is, the posts are I believe it is 3.5 millimeters across between these two posts. So you have a huge area to for your coil. I believe it's it's 21 millimeters between the two. Sorry about that, not 3.5. I have all these numbers written down. So it's 21 millimeters between these two posts. which is good and bad. It's bad if you have a small. I put a 4-wrap Don's Firecracker in here, and it really I had to stretch it out in order to get it in. Once I got it in, it was fine. But let me grab my regular screwdriver. All right, much easier. Turn that there. Flip this around. We'll screw it in. But I don't know. I think that is, you know, it's not a negative or a positive for me at all, how far the posts are from each other. But I could see it being a negative for some people that wanted to vape a smaller build, because you're going to have to spread the coils out in order to get them in there. All right, let's just make this up. I'm going to drop it right in the middle. Now, if you're going to vape this dual coil, one thing I'm going to tell you is, and this is what I say all the time, don't smother your airflow. You're going to want to lay it against your airflow, but really no more than that. Like that right there. That's about the distance you want it away. You don't want it right on top of that airflow. I'll promise you. If you put it too close, it doesn't make it better. It actually makes it worse. All right, let's bring it back up a little bit here. And I'm going to throw this onto my pumper. The pumper mod, which doesn't have any kind of variable wattage. So I'm just going to have to hope that I can get this to burn out pretty evenly. All right, there we go. All right. And we grab some tweezers. All right. So what I like to do is I kind of squeeze it at first, give it some nice light pumps, let it start burning good. Give it another squeeze. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Now let's let it cool down just for a second, and I will wick her up. I can bring this down some for you guys. And get, so when I wick her up, you can see. And you'll see, that's another big pro for me on this RDA is how easy it is to install coils. And I did a dual coil. It's just as easy. I just prefer the single coil because the mod that I'm using doesn't go above 80 watts. So I don't want to drop my resistance down too far. All right, I'm going to be using some cotton threads, which I absolutely love. Starting to see more and more people switch over to cotton threads. These things are absolutely fantastic. You can get these from Miss Dawn at ELiquid.com. They are fantastic. They also have, I forget what they're called. I think they're called cotton thread plugs, maybe? Or, gosh, what? Somebody knows, but you can buy, instead of having the shoelace things on the end here, the acklets or anglets or whatever the hell those things are, you can just buy just regular cotton. All right. Stretch this out a little bit. You really don't need to fluff this cotton much at all. I mean, it is already nice. It's all straight, all going the same way. It's nice and thin. I just do it a little bit. Now, when you cut these, you want them to be all the way down to the bottom of the RDA. So what I would do, I'm going to cut off the excess here, and then I'm going to look at them. And how I want this to lay is I want it to go all the way down to that second O-ring. So that's perfect. So let's go ahead and put that in here. Perfect. And I just dial it in a little bit, and I want it sitting right between that post and the airflow hole. So right there. All right, let's measure this, cut this excess off here, measure it out. So using a cotton thread and barely cutting it is exactly how, yep, that's perfect. It's exactly how long you want these things. And it sits down in there perfectly. All right, let's grab some e-juice. I got my, I'm all about Adore today. Got my Consequence. Since it is Adore giveaway day, let's wick this thing up. I got, this is a 4-core Square wire, 0.3, nichrome, 80 alien. This thing is a flavor banger. All right, get this nice and juiced up. All right, give it a pump. Drop some juice into the well there. Do it again, and we will put the cat. So let's put the cat back on. I'll bring you back up top, and we will take a vape and talk about the Rebirth RDA. All right, get you back up top here. All right, that, my friends, is the Rebirth RDA. Let me clean all this junk up out of my way before I go, or I will go crazy. So first off, things about this RDA. The packaging and everything that is important to me. It's important, you know. I know it's not important to everybody, but it's important to me, a lot of the packaging and things like that. The packaging on this thing, it comes with everything you could possibly need for the RDA. Everything works. The extras, the 510 adapter, the 2 drip tips, extra O-rings, extra post screws, the coily device that tells you exactly where you're supposed to put the, leave that all the way open. There we go. There we go. It's just a really, really nice touch. And it keeps you from having to worry about anything that you would possibly need for the RDA. I think that is a huge, huge pro. Pros and cons for this RDA. Let's start with, I'm going to nitpick it, the nitpicks that I had for the RDA. So, first thing about it, I'm not, you know, it's a goon barrel type 24 millimeter. There's nothing really, you know, flashy about it. To me, that is a plus. But I'm going to say that for a lot of people, that would be a con, the look of it. Because it is tall. I mean, it's 24 millimeters diameter, but it's 25 millimeters tall. So that could be something that could throw you off as far as the look of it. To me, it doesn't really. I like the plainness of it. I got the piano black one just because I like that clean, slick black look, and I typically use black mods. The ones that I purchase are typically black, so it just suits it really, really, really well. The deck is basic. I mean, looking at it from a builder's perspective, the deck is basic. But this is a race car, not a fancy car, if that makes sense. This RDA is built for performance, and that is something that it certainly brings to the table. Now, things that I like about this RDA, there's a lot. First, the airflow on it is absolutely silky. As I mentioned in the review, he made a lot of changes to the airflow, and he really hit the mark on it. I love honeycomb airflow. I think it is just the best way to do it. I love bottom flow airflow. I think it's the best. Both boxes checked. And then the genius of opening the airflow at the airflow control entry point and then narrowing it down to the top, that did it. That is absolutely brilliant. It takes all that air, centrifugally, it's moving through there, or cylinder, whatever, spinning around, and then it focuses it right onto the coil. Absolutely fantastic idea. The ease of install, the ease of use. This is an RDA that you could give to someone who has never, ever wicked an RDA before. You absolutely could, and it wouldn't be a problem. It tells you how long you're supposed to put the coils. It gives you everything that you need in the box in order to do it. Everything is in there. You would watch maybe a 2-minute video of how to wick it, and you'd be good. The only thing is you would have to make sure that you left your cotton long enough. That's it. But even if you just like barely cut a little cotton off on either side and stuffed it in there, it would still perform extremely well the way that it's supposed to. So the ease of use is a huge, huge plus. The 6mm juice well, it does not leak. What does here do again? I don't know the fancy words. I'm just telling you, I know how, I know in my mind how it works. The 6 mil juice well is absolutely fantastic. It really is. And it doesn't leak. I know that there's a review that showed it leak. It doesn't leak. Trust me, it doesn't leak. I mean, I'm telling you, I use it. It doesn't leak. Unless you're just a jerk and like, you know, drip the hell out of it and pour like, you know, 6 milliliters of juice in it. Yeah, it'll leak. But yeah, any RDA will leak. As long as you are smart about, and as long as you build the RDA the way that it should be built, and as long as you wick the RDA the way that it should be wicked, it will not leak. Now, if you put those coils right on top of your airflow and basically muffle that airflow so that you get no flavor at all and no air, yeah, it'll leak because when you drip it or you squonk it, it's going to go up to the coils and it's going to drop off. You want to keep them, like I showed you, you want to keep them off of that airflow. Keep it off just a little bit, okay? And that's with any RDA. Don't ever smother your airflow. It just does not work. I mentioned the honeycomb and the bottom flow airflow. Absolutely fantastic. The build options that it provides. Now, even though I did mention that it's not a showcase RDA, it really isn't. It isn't an RDA that, you know, a builder, it's not like the, you know, I'll tell you a great showcase RDA is the District 5 layer cake. That's a showcase RDA, and you'll see it all over Instagram, but it vapes like shit. It vapes like absolute shit. So it is a luxury looking RDA and it's great for pictures, but it doesn't perform well. This RDA may not be great for Instagram pictures. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad. You can showcase your coil in it because it's up out of the thing so that, you know, you can see it. But you're not going to put like a really exotic build in it. That's not what it's for, even though it would fit. And that's the thing about it. It's got as much space and in it as the Warrior did. It does. If you were to measure it, you know, millimeter for millimeter versus the Warrior as far as install space, it's got the same amount. So, I mean, it is a builder's RDA in that respect. All right, let's take a vape off of it because this is the #1 thing about this RDA. When I first vaped this RDA, I got it, I cleaned it, I put a coil in it, I wicked it, and I grabbed my Consequence, and I always grab Consequence whenever I'm going to use it. And honestly, it's either Consequence or Mont Blanc is pretty much all I vape, quite frankly, most of the time. And so I know what they taste like. I know what Mont Blanc tastes like. I know what Consequence tastes like. So filled up my squonker, I juiced it, wrapped it, you know, got everything done, brought it up. First pull I took off of it, I tasted things in Consequence I'd never tasted. And I was like shocked. I was like, I always taste like a caramely pecan taste in it, like just a beautiful, wonderful taste. But I got like a straight, like a really, really crisp pecan taste. I was like, holy shit. I've never tasted that from that e-juice ever. And I was blown away. And ever since that day, I was like, this RDA is really, really one that is going to stand the test of time. I honestly, so the flavor on this RDA is unparalleled. It really is. And this year I had as far as a dual coil 24 millimeter RDA, I had the BTFC as the #1 flavor RDA. This bumped it. This is the best 24 millimeter flavor RDA on the market. At $29.99, it is worth every penny. I'm going to actually probably end up getting like 3 of them so that I can have them on all my setups. To rate this RDA on a scale from poor to excellent, excellent being there's nothing that could change. I thought a lot about this. I thought a lot about it, and I tried to talk myself out of it. I really did. I tried to talk myself out of the rating because I was like, man, you're just going to look, it's going to look weak. You know, because I'm just starting to do reviews, and they're going to be like, man, you know, you're an easy grader or whatever, but I'm still going to go with it. It's excellent. This RDA is excellent for the price, for the performance, for everything. It's an excellent RDA. This is an RDA that every vapor should have this RDA. There's things I could nitpick about it, but quite frankly, it is fantastic. And for $29, like, it blows me away. It is so worth $29. So the RDA, you can pick it up at hitthatjuice.com, as I previously mentioned. It comes in a variety of colors. It is made by the same company that made the Dead Rabbit. You remember how many options the Dead Rabbit had? Hell, I think they have like 10 different colors. They have a matted black and a piano black, which is what I have. They have a, I believe they have like green, blue, red, and then stainless, all of them. So go do yourself a favor. It's on sale. Go pick yourself up one. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to message me and ask, and I will be more than happy to talk to you about it and give you any information about the RDA that you would that I missed in the review. If I've skipped over something, you got to remember I'm doing them live. So if I skip over something or forget something, I mean, that's just the way it is. What time is it? 5:36. All right. So what's the next? What's next, Scott? What's next? All right. So I have something I need to talk to everybody about, but let me have a vape and a drink of coffee. And then, what's up, Johnny? How you doing, man? Eric, how are you, sir? Good to see everybody. Thanks for joining, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining. So remember, we got a giveaway. Make sure that you go over to Monday's episode and put any number between 1 and 150 to enter that giveaway. So today I did something that I really didn't ever think that I would do. And I kind of want to bring this up and I want to talk to you about it. And I want to kind of give you a few reasons why I decided to go ahead and do this. So I've created a Patreon page for the channel. Now, why did I do that? I looked at my channel. My channel is continuing to grow. I'm nearing 2,700 subscribers. We've been doing it almost a year now, which is really a lot. Even for almost doing it a year, there's a lot of channels that don't get to 1,000 subscribers. So getting over 1,000, then getting over 2,000, then over 2,500. I'm like, you know what? I'm starting to get to a point in the channel where I really need to decide if I'm going to really start pushing the channel and make the channel the best that I can make it. Or if I'm going to let off the gas and just kind of do a YouTube channel. So talked with my wife. And my wife's like, if you really want to do this and make this channel something great, she's like, you're going to have to, you're going to be putting more time into it. And you really need to think about what you're going to do financially about it. And I told her, I said, well, I'm gonna have to spend money if I want to do that. And I was like, but I have a great following and people seem to like the show and it's really moving. So she's like, well, what can you do? And I said, well, I'm in a couple Patreon groups. I'm in Mike Vapes Patreon group and I'm in Jay Hayes' Patreon group. And I don't ever expect to get anything like what they get. That's not what I'm saying, but I saw how they kind of work. And I was like, well, maybe I could try something like that. That's what really gave me the idea. So what Patreon is Patreon is a site for creators, and it's all types of creators, all kinds of content. A lot of people have them in the community. And what it basically is you pay a monthly pledge to the creator. And then you get access to different things and you can enter and you get perks and things like that. But it's really not about that. What it's really about is it's about believing in somebody's content and enjoying somebody's content that they do for free, like I do on YouTube. And you say, you know what, I'm going to give this guy, $5 a month. And I'm just going to show my support for him. Now, I understand that not everybody can do it. And I understand that, money's tight, and I trust me, I get that. But what it is, it's a tiered system. So there's a $5 Patreon. Then I believe it goes to $15. Then it goes to $25 and $50. Now, I don't expect anybody to come in there and start throwing $50 at me. Like I put that up there just because you have to have up to, I think you have to have 4 different levels. And I was like, well, I did 5 and 15, and then I did 25. I was like, what am I gonna do? I'll just do 50. So that's that. But each tier has a number of different perks that you get with that tier. And what it does is it creates like a community for those that want to be a part of it, and it creates like there's boards and things that you can post on and converse with other people that are in the Patreon. There's places where you can talk to me directly and ask questions and do things like that. And as a patron, I'm going to give the people that are paying preferential treatment just because they are putting forth their hard-earned money to be a part of that. As the Patreon grows. So originally what I was going to use the money for is for shipping, and just to cover that. So I can basically say I'm not losing money on the show. The show pays for itself, right? So I need X amount of dollars to really cover that. Well, what am I doing to help that? I am working with some other people. I'm talking to Charlie today and working with some other people to work on knocking down my shipping costs and things like that, so it's more controllable and so that I can have enough money from the Patreon to pay back to that and keep that from being a negative loss for me every month like it has been. Because it really has been. It's a pain in the ass. I know I bitch about it, but it's like to a point now where it's like, you know, I've got to do something to kind of counteract that, because it's like, it's a lot of money to send out all the winnings every month. It really is. It's upwards like $200. You know, just putting it on the table. It's like $200. That's a lot of money, man. And it's like, you know, I'm not expecting to get like that much money from Patreon, but if I could get some of it and then decrease the cost of my shipping, it would really help. So there's a link below to check it out. I don't know if some of you, if you've never done Patreon before, if you've never been a patron of someone, you can go check it out. Ultimately, what's going to happen is, as you know, more people join it. And if nobody joins it, which people are already starting to join it, which is pretty cool, or at least hit me up saying I'm going to join it. It's $5, you know, it's $5 pledge. It's not, you know, I'm not asking for a ton of money, but every little bit helps. And what it says to me is like, all these people really like my content, and they're like, you know. So if you want to join the Patreon, it's there. And it's something that you can do that would really help out the show. Every cent that I get from Patreon, every single cent goes right back into the show. I will not be pocketing any of that. And as we continue to grow, you know, we're starting out on the ground floor now, but you know, as the channel continues to grow, and I see it growing, you know, 5,000, 10,000, you know, 15,000 subscribers, you know, this time next year, who knows how many we have. As it continues to grow, all it's going to do is, you know, I'm going to get advancements in audio equipment and advancements in video equipment and things like that. And the Patreon is the one, you know, you guys are the ones that are going to really do that. So, you know, I would, you know, if you, the link is below, jump in there. Yeah, $2K a month on channel. Yeah, I don't know exactly how much I spend, Phoenix, but it's a lot. It's a lot. And it's a lot to do the channel. And, you know, nobody that watches me owes me that. Nobody owes me that. I'm not, you know, and I feel weird. I don't like asking people for things. But I do want to make this channel the best that I can make it. I really do. And I enjoy doing it. And I want to keep doing it. And I want to make it better. And I want, you know, it's like, so everything costs money. And it's like, none of us are naive enough to think that it doesn't. So that's why I did the Patreon. Will I treat you different if you don't do it? Of course not. Like, I'm not like that. I'm not going to like not talk like, oh, you're not my Patreon, you're a dick. No. But if you have the disposable income, you know, $5 a month, and you want to support the channel, the Patreon is there. Patreon will have perks. I mean, there's things you're going to get that other people don't get. And depending on the level that you come in at, it could be quite significant. Could be quite significant, the stuff you have access to. And what it'll also do is it'll create a dialogue between, you know, you and me, that we can do other things. You know, if you need with something else, I can help you as well because you're helping me. You know, I can figure out a way to try to help you as well. So there are benefits to it. I mean, it's, you know, I wouldn't say it's like a business arrangement, but, you know, it's like you're basically putting your faith in me. So anyway, that is what I decided to do. I started thinking about it like last week. My wife and I had this conversation. I was like, I don't really like doing that, but you know, I think it'll give people. I think people want to see a little bit behind the scenes type stuff, and you know, a little goofy stuff. And plus, you get to hang out with the other people that are the patrons, and you know, it's such a great community. So I encourage you to do it if you can, and I would really appreciate it. And you guys know I love you regardless, but I would appreciate it. So check out the link. Let me know. All right, so we got a giveaway getting ready to go. I see that a lot of people have updated the video for Monday, which I really, really appreciate. Let's do this. We're going to go ahead and get it on. So let me grab my phone. I have to go over to the video and make sure that I load it completely. So I'm going to give you 2 more minutes. Anybody who has not updated the video from Monday, go do that now. A number between 1 and 150. Such a nice, cool, flavorful vape. And the coils come up high enough that you really get that flavor right onto your mouth. It's so nice. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Buffering? No, it's not. I'm at 300. I'm at 3,000. It's not buffering. Thank you, guys. I know you guys will support me. I appreciate it. All right, so let me go load the page up, and we're going to pick a winner. Winner! I got taco salads coming today, which I'm absolutely fantastically excited about. Nothing is unhealthy. Like, I don't even know why they call it a salad. It should just be called a taco bowl with lettuce. It's not a salad and anything. It's like the furthest thing from a salad. You know, it's like, I don't know. Like, it's like one of those things that you're like, that's not really a salad. Like, all the shit I put on my taco salad, it's not healthy. Like, when you say salad, you think of health, right? It's like as healthy for you as like chicken salad. It's not healthy. It's fucking fattening and gluttonous, but it's fantastic. All right, let me pull up. Grab my YouTube. I got to go to my page in Monday's episode. All right, there's the Rebirth. And I'm going to this one. Pause it. Pause it or it will stop my show. And we're going to let it load up. 73 entries. 73. That's crazy. 73 people. I mean, I assumed everybody who put a comment in put a number in. And there's 73. Holy cow. All right, let's load it all the way up. Okay, there we go. All right, here we go. Let me grab my random number generator. One in 150. First number is 99. Second number is 145. And the third and winning number is 43. 43, closest to the number, 43, without going over. You're the winner. You're going to win some Adore and some coils. It's a good giveaway. Nice giveaway. I see Rob Wiggles with 41. Let me go all the way to the top here. I think Wiggles might be the winner. 76ers, 20. 42, Al Ben. Al Ben, 42. Is there a 42 or is there a 43? Looking for a 42 or 43. Looking for, there's a 44 and a 45. 41, 41. Need a 42 or 43. $42 Big G coils. So we got two 42s. Is there a 43? That's it. All right, so let me grab my pad here. We got Big G coils and Al Ben, not Bean. Al Ben. It's such a fantastic vape. It's fucking ridiculous, man. I absolutely love this thing. Let me juice it somewhere. Never. It doesn't leak. All right. So what I need, let me go back to the chat. Stop being a weirdo here and talking. All right. All right. So what I need is Al, Ben, and Big G in the house. Are either of you here? Are both of you here? I'm not muted. Not muted. I can see the performance. Fucking Juan. Ben. Al Ben. All right, Al Ben is here. Big G is here. Big G and Al Ben are in the house. All right, guys, I need a number between, you two gentlemen, between 1 and 20. Okay. Closest to the number wins. Doesn't matter if you go over, if you go under. Closest to the number wins. Go. All right, guys, put in some numbers. Only one winner. It's like Thunderdome. No, there's no two people never leave Thunderdome. One person's leaving in a body bag. 2 men enter, 1 man fucking leaves. Dustin Kendall just put a number in. He's like, fuck it, I'm entering. Fuck you. I'm entering right now. Soda Capozzi. You guys, quit putting in numbers. There's Big G. Justin just put another number in. Big G just did 13. And quit putting in numbers. Joey's deleting. Joey's like, fuck you guys. All right, I got 13 and 7. Thank you, Joey. Got my back. For God's sakes. All right. So we're going to go 1 to 20. First number is 17. Closest to the number wins. I got Ben with 7 and Big G with 13. Second number is 1. And the third and winning number is number 8. Number 8 is the winner. Ben is our winner with 7. Congratulations, Ben. Wednesday, a door giveaway. A door is Ben. I believe I have Weird Al. That's my middle name, Al. I don't know if I told you that. Alan. Nobody ever calls me that. I can't believe, I don't even like feel like I'm an owl. Like, you know? Like an owl. But you're an owl, so we're kind of related in that. Well, no, we're not. We're not related at all in that sense. But Weird Al. Big Al. Weird Al. We have a Big Al already. Weird Al, send me your shipping information. Congratulations. Send me your shipping information, and I will get that out to you promptly, sir. All right, guys, what time is it? We got 9 minutes. We can sit and bullshit if you guys want to. You guys have any questions about the Patreon or anything? About what that all entails? It's pretty detailed. If you go in there. Oh, so one thing about it, if you go on there and you're like, it doesn't seem like it's worth it to me for this, that, and the other, let me know. Because I'm new to this, so I can change like the benefits and things of the different tiers. I don't mind doing that to make it more worth your while. I mean, ultimately, you're supposed to get like, you know, it's supposed to be worth your while, ultimately. And so let me know if you think that I should change some things. Scott Allen Gibbons. I just saw my name pop. I'm like, what the fuck? Sorry, Big G. You'll win soon, dude. You'll win soon. I do giveaways all the time. Love you too, Clint. Weird Al. Weird Al Yankovic, that fucking guy. You know, Weird Al Yankovic, that fucker, he's like a super nice guy. Like, I've seen him on interviews and stuff, and he's just like a genuinely nice guy, or at least he portrays himself as one, which I think he is. But he made a rap song called Amish Paradise, which was a parody to Coolio's, if you remember Coolio, Gangster Paradise, which was a very moving song that was in a Michelle Pfeiffer movie a long time ago. You probably don't know what I'm referring to, but if you do, Coolio wanted to beat Weird Al up. Now, could you imagine seeing Coolio beating up Weird Al? Like, how fucking crazy that would be? That, my friends, would be the sign of the apocalypse. That is the sign of the apocalypse. If you ever see Coolio beating up Weird Al Yankovic, that is the sign. Look, grab your shit, get under something, because the world is coming to a fucking end. Ancient history. I know that's right. Joey running the chat. Frank, thanks, guys. Dustin, you never know. You're getting good, man. Your aliens are looking really good. Yeah. That's another thing. If you're a patron, I'm going to go back to Patreon. If you're a patron, you can suggest featured builders and like who you want to see, and I'll go out and get them. Pretty much anybody. I've only been turned down once. And it was by a German gentleman, and I just don't think he understood. I think we had a communication barrier. And I think that's why I'm guessing. I think he thought I was trying to rip him off, and so I don't know. He just didn't want to do it, and it really sucks because he's really good. I really wanted him, but speaking of Germany, I got Builds by Talon should be sending soon. Which is another German builder, huge. He might have trunk monkeys. He could. I don't know what trunk monkeys are. Like you open your trunk and a bunch of like orangutans come out and beat you up or something. I think I see that where you open up the trunk and there's like a little monkeys jump out and like start beating on you. That sounds kind of weird saying that. It's kind of fucked up. If you gotta wait, you gotta wait. It'll be there. Trunk monkey, it was like a joke, Kate. It was like a joke back in the day. I can't remember exactly what it was. Google it. But I do remember it. It was like they're driving down the road and it was like Like they would stop and the trunk would pop open and like these monkeys would come out and like punch people and stuff and like jump back in the trunk. It's like it was a joke. It was some kind of joke. What's up, Greg? Get Rip Trippers on. Shit, man. Nick, Rip would no. Oh man, no. I could never get Rip. Yeah, I would go from like 2,700 subscribers to like probably 27,000 overnight. I got Rip. I'd be like, Rip? Oh, Rip's the best. Yeah. I actually like Rip. I think Rip's reviews are great. I think Rip's reviews are really, really good. His fucking camera. I was watching DJ LSB today. His camera, download and not being a weirdo, but that's what I look at because that's what I have. That's what I struggle with the most is getting a good download camera, good download picture. It's harder than you think. It's harder than you think to do it and to have a really, really clean, crisp image so that people can really see it. And mine's getting better with the camera that I have, but I think they're using like real like Canon or Nikon cameras is what I think. But like Daniel's, his down low is like it's crystal clear. You can see like the grooves in the screws, like the machining in the screws is fucking awesome. So I was like, I watch, and then, you know, when I watch reviewers, that's the stuff I look at because that's what I want to get good at, you know? Clowns jumping out. Yeah, right. The limited edition envelope. Oh, it was a car commercial. That might, yeah, that's what it was. The car commercial. You're right, Church. No, we're not hating on anybody. I love Jay. No, we're not hating Kate. We're not hating on Jay. I love Jay. Love. You got my my love. I always send my love in every gift. All right, Eddie. Thank you, buddy. It'll be there, Eddie. It'll be there. New year, you're good. It'll be there. So if you sign up today, it doesn't charge you till for like 28 days. I think. So you can sign up today and it doesn't charge you like for like 28 days. You have to be a patron for like 3 weeks or something before it actually charges you. Down low waist level. No, I'm talking about waist level. I'm talking about his down low on the table stuff that he does. But I'm starting to figure out, like, I watch a lot of reviewers, and he does something I really like is he does voiceover on his videos. So if you notice, when he does his reviews, he voiceovers. So he just takes long shots and then he edits them together and talks over it, which seems really hard. Scott has a J Hayes hate post in the 500. The 500 tier, what? 500 tier. There's a 500 tier. Not mine. Oh, you're talking about my 500 tier. There's no 500 tier. Yeah, 500 tier basically said it's like this is what I really think, and it's like all my screaming at people. I hate you. You know that Tommy Vapors guy? I hate him. No, I'm kidding. Get a red digital cinema camera, right? I'm gonna show you the inner. I'm gonna get like a microscope. I'm gonna show you the inners of this RDA. Graham, yeah, it's hard though. My software, I have the. Oh God, listen to me not remember what. Let me look. It's Wondershare. It's the Filmora. I have the Filmora, and you can do voiceover. It's really nice. I haven't used it. I've only used it twice, but I'm gonna make a video this weekend for the Bunker RDA, which is this little guy right here. It's the 24 millimeter that has the open window in it. So it's that guy right there by Asmodus. I'm doing a review on that this weekend. I should probably switch over to it right now because it's a single coil. Yeah, I'm going to switch over to it. By my lovely recurve, which I absolutely love. I will be putting you on to another mech very soon, or another mod very soon. Let's grab. So this is the next one I'm doing. And I'll have this review up this weekend. You know, Irish, if it does, it does. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to worry about it. If somebody does that, I mean, I think that everybody that watches my show, for the most part, wouldn't do that. I mean, we have the same people in chat every day. You know what I mean? No, somebody wouldn't do that. I mean, $5. You know what I mean? If $5 is really like that much, like where they're going to back out and like lose face like that. I don't know, Irish. I wouldn't. I mean, I guess if it gets bigger, like, you know, 5 years from now, then maybe I should. But like right now, I don't worry about it. 24? No, I don't think so, Nick. Yeah, Kate, I'm telling you, you got to get a Rebirth. If you're into rebuildables, it's one you're gonna want to have, and that's just. I mean, I gave it the excellent rating. I've never given anything an excellent rating out of the reviews that I've done. I would have given the BTFC a great rating. I wouldn't have given it excellent. I would have given it great. There's things about the BTFC I don't like. There's nothing about the Rebirth I don't like. There's not a single thing I don't like about it. I mean, the look, I could see that being an argument, the aesthetics of it, but it's nothing wrong with the aesthetics. It's not like, it doesn't jump right out and grab you. Like, I kind of like the look of the BTFC a little better than the Rebirth, but the Rebirth is, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, yeah, so. Worth more, thank you. Well, there's tiers, Rick. You can pick what tier you want to do, buddy. The best show of all time. Irish, you know, man, not for nothing, but I do want to some dildo building stand. I just want to make the show as best I possibly can. That's my, you know, I mean, I like Mike. I'm not, I mean, and that's the thing, like, I don't want to sound like, you know, like I'm sucking the guy's ass. Like, that's not, but I mean, I can't not say I don't like it. You know what I mean? I can't, I'm being completely honest. Like, this is what I'm telling you to spend your money on. Like, I'm giving you advice to spend your money on it. I'm not going to just fanboy out on somebody, you know, and make you waste your money. You know, anything that I say that I like that is good, it's coming from like my experience. Like, I'm telling you, and typically, like, if you vape like I do, you're a builder or you're getting into building and you vape, you know, premium coils, as it were, and this is what you're going to buy. He is a great guy. Mike is a great guy. I like Mike. I like it. I like all the, like, pretty much all the, I can't think of anybody I don't like, you know. Some people that you know, I think that it's best not to mess with. Yeah. But yeah. The Peacemaker XL28 dual coil, just got mine today, and wow, knock out my fatality. I really like the dog RTA that I reviewed, and then I have my GT4. Those are my two RTAs that I use. The fatality, though, I heard is fantastic, and it comes with all the extras. You get all that. I looked at one. I looked at one for a long time. But the dog RTA is cheaper. It's fucking beautifully machined. Flavor on it is fan-fucking-tastic. Both are excellent, and like, you couldn't lose on the BTFC or the Rebirth. But I mean, I'm telling you, I'm not going to give many excellence. And if I were to do a best of 2018, dual coil, 24 millimeter RDAs. When I say 24 millimeter, I'm including 25 millimeters in that category. Dual coil, Rebirth is the top RDA of 2018 in that category. With that being, my top three would be the Rebirth, the BTFC, and the Warrior would be coming in third. So those will be my three top RDAs of 2018. Oh, nice, Church. You're getting some stainless steel square wire. Right on. Good for you, man. Church, I'll be excited, dude. Send me what you build. I want to see it. I got to choose between Jay and Scott. You don't want to choose. You can have both of us, dude. We're both awesome. The Golem is a great RDA. I forgot about the Golem. The Golem's a great RDA. Absolutely. Think the wife is home, guys. So I'm going to drop off here. Fantastic time today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you have any questions, like I said before, about it or questions about the Rebirth RDA, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to give you what I got. Take a look at the Patreon if you would, and if you're so inclined to become a member, I truly appreciate it. I'm humbled by your generosity and by your confidence in me that I will continue to put out good content and better content for everybody. All right, guys, that is your Vape at 5. Tomorrow on the Vape at 5, we have DripKid.n.y will be live with us at around 3:30. I'm going to bring a couple other people on, so we'll have a little panel for about a half hour, be an hour show. Sit around and shoot the shit, so it should be really fun. I will probably be losing connection and things like that tomorrow. Bear with me. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out a way to bring the cable down here. And if I have to pay somebody to run it from upstairs down here, I will. That will be one of the first things I'll be buying with the money that I get. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon. I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow on the Vape at 5.
Hey, what's up, dudes? Just have me a little bath, relaxing for the Vape at 5 tomorrow. Hey, what's up, dude?